Hi, my name is Samuel He, and my presentation is on pro-gun control. My thesis statement is civilian possession of automatic and high-capacity guns should be banned, and guns should be under stricter control because guns won't help prevent crime, and stricter gun control would reduce the number of homicides, deaths, and mass murders, and suicides involving guns. Guns should be more strictly controlled to reduce the number of unnecessary deaths involving guns. And like Eliot Spitzer said, gun control is necessary and delay means more death. A study done by the Harvard School of Public Health analyzing the relationships between gun availability and homicide rates across states in 2001 through 2003 showed that states with higher levels of household gun ownership had higher rates of firearm homicide and overall homicide. According to a report by the Boston Globe, states with high levels of gun ownership have a suicide rate almost twice as high as those with low ownership levels. Also, people who committed suicide were found to be 17 times more likely to live with guns at home than not. Research done by Mother Jones on the roughly 62 mass shootings that occurred between 1982 and 2012 showed that 49 of the shootings were committed using legal weapons. Half of all the mass shootings involved the use of assault weapons or high-capacity magazines, which means that tighter restriction on guns could have saved many lives. And one argument against gun control is that guns prevent crime, but this is false because the majority of civilians are not trained to deal with extreme events such as mass shootings. Research done by Mother Jones found that successful interventions by armed citizens occurred in only 1.6% of all mass shootings since 1980, which means that out of the 62 mass shootings that occurred, only one successful intervention happened. In 2005, Brendan McCone and Mark Wilson both tried separately to stop an armed shooter, and McCone ended up in a coma, and Wilson was shot to death. And this just reinforces my point that civilians are not prepared to deal with situations such as shootings. The last argument against pro-gun control is the Second Amendment, which reads, "A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." And anti-gun control people often say that gun control laws would infringe on their Second Amendment rights, but this is untrue because nothing in the amendment says that it prohibits the future generation to impose limitations on what kind of guns and arms people can possess, so you can't really use it as an argument. And in the court case of District of Columbia versus Heller, the Supreme Court held that the Second Amendment covers self-defense in the home. And gun enthusiasts use this as an excuse to possess automatic weapons and guns with high-capacity ammunition because they said they were just using it for self-defense. But like Stephen King said, if you can't kill an intruder with 10 rounds, you need to go back to the shooting range.